because you're showing your highest respect. When you're fighting that devil in you, in that rebellion, you're showing the highest respect to Allah Almighty, because it's an enemy of Allah Almighty. You fight Allah Almighty's enemy, He will give you power and strength in the land. He will show you the ins and outs of everything that exists in this life and the next life forever. Don't say you can't do. Do your best. Don't make excuses. Shaitan trained us to make excuses about showing high respects to our Lord. That's why we don't have no power. Don't you know that if all humanity was against Allah Almighty and Allah was for you, never could they do anything against you. Never could they harm you. Never could Shaitan harm you. Never could your ego harm you. Never could your desires harm you. Never could this world harm you. Never could those bombs that's going to be coming harm you. But if you was against your Lord and everybody on the planet was for you, no one would be able to save us from Allah Almighty's wrath. Nobody. You choose. This is going to be the most powerful Ramadan in the existence of Ramadans, because everything is unfolding. It has the appearance that it's going to be the most difficult now, because it's going to be longer days and it's going to be hot. But the whole point is this: who are you going to seek refuge in? Who are you going to seek? What are you going to seek refuge in? Your tea and your coffee and your food, so you won't feel the pains of the hunger? Or you going to seek refuge in Allah Almighty, and Allah Almighty will feed you from heavens, heavenly food, heavenly drink, heavenly power. This is the difference between those who have Iman and those who don't. And on the other side of this Ramadan, this ain't no inshallah, this ain't no mashallah, this is a now inshallah. Those who keep the high respect for their Lord this Ramadan will have lights and a power and authority no one has ever seen. Takbir! We are in the worst position that we've ever been with our respect to Allah. And we have no heavenly power. We look to our food and our drink for our power, our strength. We look to our money, our bank accounts for our respect. None of the prophets, when they came, they didn't have bank accounts, they didn't have cars, they didn't have nothing. But Allah Almighty, they still were able to give to those whom Allah Almighty has sent to them to be guided and to be taught about the value of this life and the next life and this life. For them not to get hung up in this life. Allah pays them. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially, politically, ethically, morally. Allah feeds them through heavens to everything that they are in need of. They are Allah Almighty's wasila. They are Allah Almighty's means. They're the ones that bring the honey, the funny, the sunny, and the money. They have to be humble, because the ego is not humble. The ego is arrogant. The ego is angry. The ego is stubborn. And it's full of pride and jealousy. That's Shaitan. That is Shaitan. That's the characteristics of Shaitan. So the fasting comes to evict Shaitan from our hearts. When Shaitan is evicted, there is a renewal, a regeneration. All disease is that when something is in the cells, it shouldn't be there. Cancer is from cells that are disobedient, that are not listening to those angels that guard the cell. They are invade to destroy the house and the organs of human beings. They are rebellious cells from rebellion. diseases and illnesses. There are some illnesses that come to clean us. There are some illnesses that come to punish us. Allah Almighty is Akbar. And that's why Allah always have to send examples of what He's trying to bring to us to be among us. We must be around those who we can relate to, that we see come up from the bottom. We see them going through anguish. We see them going through trials and tribulations. We see their difficulties that they face. But by Allah Almighty's will, they're able to still continue and rise above it, because the heavens are above the earth. The earth is not above the heavens. Even though we stand up straight and our mind is over our hearts, once we prostrate, our hearts are over our heads. To say that the sultan of the mind is the heart, and our minds must obey. Our minds must obey what's in our hearts. Don't create our own God by Shaitan telling us that we are God. We don't need Allah Almighty. That the Big Bang Theory is the beginning of life. What about that first atom they said that the Big Bang started from? Where did that atom come from? They said that Adam was like an egg. Okay, first of all, now we're supposed to think, yeah, we know about hatching an egg. Shaitan is very clever, but he's stupid. He's only clever to stupid people. But to clever and wise people who are connecting from their Lord, he is stupid. Where did the egg come from, Shaitan? Where did the atom come from? I want to say something else. We are at war with Shaitan in ourselves. That's why it's a great mercy that we are here getting ready to, on the border, to fight ourselves this next 30 days to rid Shaitan out of the sacred territories of our mind and our soul. Takbir! 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 We are at war here in ourselves. Don't allow a Shaitan to trick you from gaining your royalty of being in this life, being honored, by saying, I can't do it. Making doggone excuses. There are no excuses. Do your best. Allah knows best. You doing your best, Allah knows best. No one is judging you or me. But you must know that Allah is looking. He knows who is doing their best and who is not doing their best. We must do our best. Alhamdulillah bil alamin wa salatu wa salamu ala khairil mursalin Muhammad nabi me wa ahlihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. Alhamdulillah, we must rouse the believers to the fight. This will be a fight this Ramadan you have not fought before. The small war of fighting outside of yourself is finished. The kingdom of heaven is being established on earth. We have to now fight for our spot in the kingdom of heaven right now. This is nothing less. When they had that gold rush, it says everybody go out to California and get their gold and stake their claim. There were no laws. All you had to do was go out there and stake your claim. Was how much land did you want? How much did you want to stake? You know what it was based on? It was based on the first come, first serve. Everybody else won't be fasting this Ramadan. Many people will abort their fasts. If it's legitimate, may Allah bless you, reward you, show you another way to gain that power. But if you can't do it, don't let Shaitan trick you out of your inheritance.